Hello, I'm Varun Chaturvedi. Welcome to Inside City, an interview show produced by the students of San Diego City College. Each week, we are talking to the newsmakers of the campus. And today, we are going to be discussing the new Common Course numbering system, which is and will affect millions of community college students across California. Our special guest today has been a part of the San Diego Community College District for many years. A native San Diegan, a first-generation college student herself, she previously served as a professor of professional growth and a counselor at Mesa College. Now, she is the chair of the City College's counseling department. Amber Alatorre, welcome to the show.
Thank you so much, Varun, for the invite.
Please tell us, obviously you've been a San Diegan now for some time, you've been in the district for such a long time. What motivated you to be a counselor? What led you in that journey of counseling?
Oh my goodness. When I started community college, I had many ideas of what I wanted to do, but it was really the process of my education that helped me determine what career path I wanted. So I began at Southwestern College. I worked there as a student worker and eventually moved on to staff roles. Right. And so in my process of working and going to school, I decided that I wanted to help others and give back to the community college system that really poured into me and helped really change my life.
Yeah, so it seems like it's been an integral part of your life as a student, but also as a counselor. It seems like it's helped you throughout your career, basically.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Well, what's going to be happening and affecting a lot of students, as you know, is this Common Course numbering system. Obviously, you know, with the California Community College entire system in California, which hosts 116 colleges and over 2 million students, what impact is this going to have on students? And can you explain in simple terms what this Common Course numbering is for us?
Yes, well, in the simplest terms, it's a method that is going to make courses completion, transferring easier for college students. So the most simple example I can provide is English 101. Regionally, we have at least 4 different prefixes and course numbers for English 101, and now it's going to be commonly known as English C1000.
Right, and obviously, I mean, and you know this. Obviously, this is coming from the Assembly Bill of 1111, which kind of unanimously passed 78 to just a 0. Really, one abstained voting, but obviously the guys at the top know why this is important. But how does this affect students? What is the impact on students, and what problem is this solving?
Yeah, that's a good question. So it's solving 2 things. One, it's making transferability of courses easier. So as a counselor, I see students who have attended many community colleges from our region and even throughout the state. And when a student takes their transcripts and transfer it to another community college, there's an evaluation process and determining what courses are equivalent and that we can accept the credits for them. So with Common Course numbering, that question mark is no longer part of the process. If a student takes English C1000 at City College, it's going to transfer to San Jose City College, to Bakersfield, to anywhere in the community college system as an equivalent course.
Cool. How exactly then is our counseling department kind of preparing for this kind of change?
So we've been preparing for a while in terms of letting students know of the upcoming change. As you know, the first change happened this past fall, 2025. There were 6 main courses that were had their course number prefix and number changed to a Common Course number. And then we're also helping prepare students for the next phase that is happening in fall 2026. We have about 7 classes that will also be changing.
Okay, so there's going to be a lot of change coming up, obviously, as this is phased through. Obviously, as you've indicated, some courses have already changed over the Common Course numbering, such as English, as you had referenced, C1000. And we can expect another wave of classes to make the switch around fall of 2027. Are you able to provide a more concrete timeline in which you see students kind of seeing these changes in their courses with the new system that's coming up?
So the fall 2025 courses, those have already happened. We do have a batch of courses for fall 2026, and then we will continue with phase 2 in fall of 2027. So students are already seeing it now, and they will continue to see the changes in the upcoming years.
Awesome. So it's going to be a phase and process for these students to be able to kind of see it as it seems
Yes,
like it.
as you mentioned, it's a huge systemic change, all of the community colleges in California. So we're just kind of taking it little by little, learning anything that we need to learn by the first phase, and then introducing new courses as we go along.
Well, that's wonderful. I think what I'll do is I'm going to try to ask you a little bit about students specifically.
Sure.
And the first group of students obviously is very important, as prospective students and high school students, as you imagine. As the new system kind of phases in, over the next couple of years, how does this impact incoming high school students who are planning on taking community college classes with this new system that's going to be coming in?
For the new students that are coming in, it's not going to really impact them because this is going to be all that they know. So it's the current students who are dealing with a change. But for the new students, again, it's going to make completion of their degrees easier, and it's also going to help streamline the transfer process as well.
So even high school students who are in high school but then taking classes, Spanish class or whatever it is, in community college, they won't be affected, is what you're saying, as much.
Right.
Perfect. I guess then, so that's high school students, that's prospective students. A big concern of current students is obviously transferring.
Yes.
With over 100,000 students transferring, within community college to UC or CSU. You mentioned that Common Course numbering will make it easier for students to transfer, to prevent that lost credit kind of, idea to other community colleges in state. But what about students who are moving out of state, who are going to be transferring to a different college, say in Nevada or Arizona or any other state in the U.S.?
Right. So the Common Course numbering system is built for the community college system within our state, and it helps with transfer to our partner systems, the CSU and the UC system.
Right.
In terms of out of state, when students transfer credits out of state, it's always up to that receiving institution how they accept those credits.
Right.
But with the uniformity of it across the state, I believe it'll help transfer.
And as you also mentioned, this AB bill was brought forth by the California Community College Chancellor's Office, and this is including only public colleges, really.
Yes.
What about students that are going to be transferring in and out of private school, for instance? Would there be any changes, or is it irrelevant? How exactly?
Yeah, so private schools, similar to out of state, it's always up to the receiving institution. And to be clear, what's changing is our numbering system. So a course has two parts. It has the prefix, so for example, English, ENGL, and the number, the course number. So what's changing are sometimes the prefix. For example, political science changed from poly to POLS. And the number will obviously change. But the course outline of record and the curriculum, that part has not changed.
Okay, so it'll be the same in that regard.
Same course.
What about additional resources for students to kind of find out more about this? Is there a way that they can see that or refer to it?
Absolutely. So our district website has a page for Common Course numbering. It has a lot of FAQs. It also has what we call the crosswalk, so the old course information and what the new course numbering system is, so that students can find that. Also, our district has an online class schedule, and you can see that crosswalk right on the top. And so for students searching for classes now, because the spring registration is open, if they were to look for what was formerly Math 119 Statistics, which is now STAT C1000, it's searchable on both titles.
Perfect. Okay, so there'll be some help for students, basically.
Absolutely.
Wonderful. Is there anything else that you would like to kind of help for students? Anything you'd like to reveal for the students who are going to be watching this? Anything else you'd like to add for us?
I would just really like to encourage students to come and see your counselors. We can support your journey, whether it's completing a degree, transfer, or both. And understand that there's counselors all across campus. So I represent general counseling. We also have counselors in programs such as EOPS, DSPS, City Scholars, Promise. So there's counselors all over to help. You just need to come and see us.
Perfect. And what is that room number for the counseling department, just for campus here?
So general counseling is on the 3rd floor of the A building, A366.
Wonderful, wonderful. Amber, thank you so much for joining us today,
Thank you.
and thank you for helping us understand, the new Common Course numbering system. It's been a doozy for a lot of students, but it's a big change. And that's all we have today on this edition of Inside City. Remember to follow SD City Times on Instagram and YouTube. From producer Kayla Menjivar Zamora, director Trayshawn Osgood, and our entire CTTV crew, I'm Varun Chaturvedi. Thank you so much for joining us, and have a great weekend, everybody.